Welcome or welcome back. If this is your first time here, my name is Katie. I am the owner and artist behind Salvaged by Kay Scott. I run my very own furniture flipping business right here out of my garage, taking pieces of furniture that I have thrifted or picked up at the side of the road and bringing them right back to life. If you're interested in tons more modern style furniture flips, tips, tricks, and inspiration, please make sure that you tap that subscribe button and hit the bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. This week I am working on a French provincial chest on chest style dresser. This was actually a part of my grandparents' bedroom set, and my mom has recently decided to purge a bunch of the hand-me-down furniture that just hasn't been in use in my parents' home. So she's gifted me a whole pile of awesome furniture pieces to flip. This is a high quality Dixie brand dresser in clean condition. It should be a pretty easy one to work on. It's a very traditional style, so I'm going to stick with a simple traditional design just to freshen it up. Now, I know for a fact that this dresser was dusted and polished on a regular basis for its entire life in my grandparents' home and then in my parents' place as well. So I need to give it a really good wash with a degreasing cleaner to break through all of that lemon fresh buildup before I move on to anything else. Took off all of the pulls and tucked them into a zip top baggie for safekeeping. And these old drawer liners are not cute, so they will need to come out as well. Once I had cleaned everything really well with that heavy duty cleaner, I came back with some clean water just to rinse away any residue. I added a little lightweight wood filler to some of the deeper scratches on the top surface of the dresser and around some of the edges as well. And then once that was dry, I used some 220 grit sandpaper to smooth out the filler and also scuff up the old varnish surface to give my primer something good to hold on to. You want to be really careful sanding around curved details like this. I like to use the foam pads that fit on my Surf Prep sander, but if you don't have a fancy sander like mine, I would suggest hand sanding areas like this so that you don't accidentally grind down these curves or tear off any delicate trim. This is one of Surf Prep's medium grit rad pads. They are perfect for ornate details like this. I'll leave a full list of the products that I used on this project down in the description box for you. Before I put my sander away though, I want to get the rest of this old paper off of the bottoms of the drawers and clean up some old scratches and pen marks. So I sanded down all of the drawer interiors with that same 220 grit sandpaper.
Film them today?
Hmm?
Did you film them today?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll be applying my favorite Bin shellac-based primer with a 4-inch microfiber roller. Since this is a shellac-based primer and it is really hard to clean out of my spray gun, I prefer to apply it with a roller. This primer will give me a little extra grip and also help block any wood tannins from bleeding through my new painted finish. This primer dries super fast, so as soon as I finished with my first coat, I went back to where I started and applied a second coat. That is going to be plenty to seal things up. I left the primed dresser to sit and cure up really hard for about an hour, and then I came back with some 320 grit fine sandpaper to knock down any texture that was left behind by the roller, and then I wiped away all of my sanding dust. I mixed up some BB Frosh paint transformer powder and water into a donut glaze consistency and then added in some latex paint. This paint transformer powder will turn my latex paint into the chalk style paint that I prefer to use on my furniture flips. Always use the paint and products that you feel comfortable with and you feel are going to give you the best results. This is just what I prefer. I added just a little bit more water to get a good consistency for spraying with my HVLP pneumatic spray gun, loaded things up, and got to painting. I got really fantastic coverage with just 2 coats of this color, but when I came back out to check whether it was dry or not, I noticed there was just a tiny bit of texture on my painted surface, so I went over the whole dresser with some superfine sandpaper just to smooth things out one more time, and then I was ready to seal. To protect my pretty new paint job, I decided to go with my favorite tried and true Varathane diamond wood finish in a satin sheen. I cleaned all of the paint out of my paint gun, loaded it up with the Varathane, and applied 2 coats over the entire piece. I really loved the authentic antique brass patina that was on the pulls, so I'm not going to do anything really fancy with them. I just gave them a good cleanup in some warm soapy water. I let everything dry really well in the garage overnight, and then the next morning brought it all back into the house and started to put it back together. Once I had all of the hardware reattached, I used some of my favorite Wise Owl furniture salve in the scent Righteous Rain to rehydrate these crusty old drawer bottoms. This is a really beautiful hemp oil and beeswax product that is lightly scented and I think is just a really beautiful finishing touch for any furniture piece. I think this is such a gorgeous, fresh update, and this color really keeps with the traditional style of this French provincial piece. Now it fits perfectly into the cottagecore or granny chic style that's currently trending. I was planning on doing a little sign off here in front of the finished dresser, but it's actually already gone to its new home in a beautiful preteen bedroom, so I'm just going to leave it right here. Thanks for watching again this week, and I will catch you guys next time.